What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fatman Gaming Podcast. This is episode 12. I personally have been having some audio issues. I think my mic is going out, so I'm going to use my headset, my cool blue headset, if you guys can tell, my old PS4 headset. So if audio is a little off this week, I apologize. I am working at getting a new mic. Zio has upgraded his mic game, so his audio is going to sound better than mine. But anyways, welcome to episode 12. I am, of course, your host. I am the Fat Man at the Fat Man Gaming. Over to my side is Zio. Zio, say hi to the people.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so we're going to start off right away and talk about a couple of things that happened spur of the moment. Like, man, we didn't even know this stuff was happening. Last week, Nintendo and PlayStation both announced directs for TGS, and if some of you don't know, TGS stands for Tokyo Game Show, which is going on right now in, obviously, Japan. It's the biggest one of the biggest besides Gamescom, trade show that goes on for the gaming community, and so far it started off with two big bangs. So that was pretty cool. They had some major announcements. A lot of bangers happening in these announcements. So we're gonna get into that. Yeah. So let's see. Did anything interesting happen this week? Let's see. I really can't think of anything.
I can think of one thing.
What's that?
So, in a similar move to Sony, the gaming developer known as Unity Games has themselves in a bit of a pickle.
That's right. Now, if you haven't heard exactly what's going on, thank you for reminding me, Z, because I did want to talk about that. Unity has informed developers that they are going to start as of January. I believe it was January 1st, they said.
Yeah, I believe it was around then.
Yeah, it's either January 1st or sometime in January that they're going to start imposing fees on developers for downloads for their game. Basically, what it means is Unity is seeing how much money that these guys are making, either through the PlayStation Plus deal or the Game Pass deal, and they're realizing that they're getting cut out and they want a piece of that pie. So the only way that they knew how to get a piece was to, in fact, enforce these fees. It goes up according to download numbers. So how I can't break it down because I don't remember reading it exactly what it said. But basically, after so many hits, they start taking out a fee, and it's not much. But if you think about it, those little pennies on the dollar, they do add up. And if I was listening to other podcasts, it can lead to a whole new era of review bombing. So what I mean by that is generally if people don't like a game or they just want to give the developers crap, they'll go in there and review bomb it, sinking the scores and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure if you're a gamer you know what that means. Well, with Unity's new plan, this leaves a whole new option for these guys to go and hurt these developers by reinstalling and uninstalling the game multiple times a day, which would add up to fees because Unity will then count those downloads and re-downloads against them, and that's not cool. Developers are urging Unity to go ahead and stop, not to do this. Unity then put out a statement that said that they're still planning on going with it and it's not as bad as they think, but I'm calling BS on that because it doesn't sound very good. And a lot of developers use Unity as their
engine. Ubisoft being one of them with their Assassin's Creed games.
Right.
And to shed some more light on this, it's not just they're not just going to make it affect newer games, starting from their start date to then. No, it's affecting every single game that is under
any game that's ever been developed by Unity that's still getting downloads is at risk of accruing fees for the developer. So
yeah,
Yeah. So
So
Unity, if
that's
you're,
what really made me mad. Like I could understand them implementing that as a new form with newer games come the future,
mm-hmm.
but the fact that they're making it affect every single game that has come out from them, with pretty much with them, is going to be affected by this, and that's why I was like, yeah, they pulled a Sony.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd advise anybody using Unity to pull out and start using either Unreal Engine or using anything else, because the only way you're going to stop them from doing that is to put them where, or put the hurt where it matters most, and that's their wallet. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, so that was a bummer. Let's move on now to the um, directs. So we'll do Nintendo first. Nintendo came out and they came out swinging. Yeah, it was. Let's see. I want to start doing rankings on this channel. So do you want to go 1 to 5 or 1 to 10?
Uh, let's go 1 to 5.
Okay, 1 to 5. So if we're gonna do a 1 to 5 scale on the Fatman scale, I'm going to give Nintendo's Direct a solid 3, on my opinion. What do you give it, Z?
I give it a solid 3.5.
All right, so 3, so 3 and a, so we'll just say a 3. We gave it a 3.5. Um, so they came out and they announced. Here's the games that they announced. I don't know much about these games, unless Z does and he wants to talk about it. So we'll just name them off here. They came out with Horizon Chase 2. I have no idea what that is, and it came out the day of the Direct. Then they announced Trombone Champ. Sounds interesting. And that came out the day of the Direct. War Tales, also out the day of the Direct. F-Zero 99, which I did see that part. That looks pretty freaking rad. I can't imagine how it's going to go. I still have yet to download it and try it. It's free to play, so I recommend anybody giving that a shot. But the idea of putting a Battle Royale F-Zero style, that's pretty cool. I was watching it on the screen and I was like, that just looks like absolute chaos. And that was out the day of the Direct for Switch Online. Sorry, I think I said it was free to play. I was wrong. It's Switch Online, so you have to have the base membership to use it. Then they announced for October 5th, Wargroove 2. I have no idea what that is. Z, do you have any idea what that is?
No, not really. I didn't really know what it was either.
Okay. After that, they announced Detective Pikachu Returns for October 6th, 2023. I'm all in for that one. I love the movie Detective Pikachu. I've played a couple of the DS ones on my Steam Deck now, and I kind of like where they're going, so I think I'm going to give this one a shot. If you guys hear my cat in the background, I apologize. She's annoying. Then they announced Dave the Diver, which has been a smash hit on Steam. I think it's out on PlayStation 2. I might be wrong. I'm not PlayStation 2, but PlayStation also. I'm not 100% sure about that, so if I'm wrong, don't crucify me for it. Then they announced Among Us, October 23. I could have swore that was on the Switch already. Okay. After that, they announced the Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story. That sounds interesting. I know they're trying to do more in the League of Legends area, but I'm not interested in that, so it really didn't excite me at all. Do you know anything about League? Z?
Nah, I didn't really grow up playing those kind of games.
Yeah, no offense to people who love League, because I know there's a lot of you out there. It's just not for me. I don't get it. I don't understand the tactical aspect of it, and it's too nerdy for me. So, but awesome to those that love League. Then they announced for November 3rd, 2023, WarioWare Move It. I think they announced that before, but they went a little bit more into detail on this one. And it's a WarioWare game, if you know what it is. It's basically a game full of little mini games, and you go in there and try to solve the puzzles. And they're really fun. Definitely fun to like waste time on if you have it.
Yeah, and the fact that our boy Waluigi still doesn't have his own game, and Wario already has multiple under his belt.
Right, right. It's a crime. Then they announced for November 14th, 2023, Super Crazy Rhythm Castle. I have no idea what that is. I mean, you can look at it on the YouTube or go to Nintendo's thing. I'm sure they got something on there, but get excited for that if you're into it. And then they started swinging with the bangers. Well, not. Oh, we'll save that for last. We'll go with this one first. Uh, DLC for Eastward Octopia. I don't know. DLC Holidays 2023. I have no idea what that is.
I
Then they announced
believe
the.
that one was Splatoon.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not listed here. Okay. So Splatoon DLC. Awesome. Um, Then they announced the final wave of the Mario Kart DLC. So final booster pack wave, holiday 2023. Uh, January 18th, 2024, The Prince of Persia: The Last Crown. That's that really awesome side-scrolling looking one.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'm ready to see that.
One thing I
Uh,
want to say about the Mario Kart real quick
uh-huh.
is while looking at the Nintendo Direct, they're adding the best version of Donkey Kong to that game
Mm.
with this next DLC, and it's gonna be as I call him. It's not his actual. It's not what they call him, but what I call him is the Cheech and Chong Donkey Kong. The
Yeah.
Donkey Kong with the sunglasses and the bandana wrapped around his head. That's what they're bringing, along with Diddy Kong. I was like, damn.
Oh, they're bringing Funky Kong. Yeah, and I saw that they announced Diddy Kong, and I thought that was awesome. Which kind of broke my heart too, because that means we're not getting a Diddy Kong Racing 2 if they're putting him in Mario Kart. Um, let's see. Then they announced I think it was an action RPG or an RPG, another code recollection for January 19th, 2024. Looked interesting. Probably will never get to it. Then they announced Tomb Raiders 1 through 3 remastered for February 14th, 2024. That was pretty cool because if you had a PlayStation growing up, you knew what the Tomb Raider games were. It also came out for Sega Saturn and a couple other things back in the day. And the original Tomb Raiders were awesome. And then you can switch between the old style graphics or updated graphics, so that's pretty cool too. And then the one that broke people's heart because they were hoping it was just going to be a Donkey Kong game itself. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, um, announced for February 16th, 2024.
Yeah, and I was gonna make the comment like, I was gonna try to remind you of that one with this was a game from your time that you used to play in the arcade a lot. With
Uh,
the original Donkey Kong.
I did play the original Donkey Kong a lot growing up, but it was on my my NES. Never really got to play it in the arcade, which is a bummer because I heard that's the best version. Um, but yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, yeah, it's a puzzle game. It is what it is. It's a good game. I remember playing them on the DS. They weren't too bad. Um, then something called Unicorn Overlord. I have no freaking idea. March 8th, 2024, which is when I expect the Switch 2 to come out. I'm expecting it March or sometime spring of next year. They didn't announce it, so don't get excited, everyone. But I have a feeling. Uh, then they announced Euden Chronicle, 100 Heroes, April 23rd, 2024. Contra, Operation Galuga, I'm sorry, early 2024. It looked freaking awesome. I love Contra. Wonder if the Konami code will still work. Then they announced Splatoon 3 expansion pass, Wave 2 side order, spring 2024. Then Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which I'm excited for. I love the Luigi's Mansions game. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be awesome. Spy Cross Anna Operation Memories 2024. Saga Emerald Beyond 2024. Battle Crush Spring 2024. Bandletale A League of Legends story, another one 2024. And then we got to the two big bangers of the Oh wait, and then they announced the name of the Peach game, which is Super Peach Showtime or Princess Peach Showtime. Um,
Yeah, I believe it was one of those, and that was an interesting one too on
mhm.
on Nintendo Direct. The fact that Princess Peach has so many different outfits to choose from. You know,
It looks
it was real fun.
it looks like a pretty good game too. I'm not gonna promise that I finish it. I will definitely at least try it, because I just don't know what's gonna be out at the time. Um, but yeah, that looked really good. But the big bangers came up, and these were the ones that, oh my gosh, I got excited for. So the first one being Super Mario RPG, coming out November 17th, 2023, my wife's birthday. So guess what? I'm buying her birthday present for me. Um, Super Mario RPG, the graphics look incredible, the gameplay looks incredible, the story, from what I remember, is awesome. Memorable characters. I can't wait for that one to come out. I've been hesitant because I have it on my Steam Deck, and I'm like, man, should I go back and play it? Should I? I don't know if I want to spoil it for myself. Um, but then the big one, the one that got everybody excited, the way that they ended the direct was with Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, coming in 2024. Not a specific date, just sometime in 2024. But this game goes for over $100 on eBay right now. It's a GameCube game. It came out back in the day on the GameCube, and man, it was just a really good game. It was even today still considered one of the best, if not the best, Paper Mario game in the franchise. Just really fun. I remember playing it uh, before I got the one for the Wii, and that got everybody excited. So yeah, a solid 3.5 of a direct. Nothing that we didn't know already, except for the Thousand Year Door, really. Um, but still enough to get people excited. But yeah, so I follow a bunch of people on Twitter, and there's one of my favorite people that I follow. He's called Modern Vintage Gamer, MVG, and he was basically he tweeted Nintendo mid direct, so I'll give him that. That's pretty funny. So yeah, so did you see anything in the direct that caught your fancy, Z? Anything that you might want to check out, and anything you want to talk about from there?
Yeah, I want to check out the Mario games that they're re-releasing, especially that Mario and Donkey Kong one.
Yeah, those games are fun. They look legit. This one updated, so yeah. For me, it's honestly Super Mario RPG. Um, I got. I'm really curious about the Princess Peach game, but the one that lit it up for me was Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario. That game just looks awesome, and it was awesome on the GameCube, which I have. I have a copy of it complete, and yeah, they go for quite a bit of money right now. Um, let's see. Yeah. So is that it? Anything else you wanted to talk about in the direct?
No, that was pretty much it.
All right, cool. All right. So then we'll move on to the PlayStation Direct, or PlayStation State of Play as they call it.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't have this in order, but we'll just go from where I have it. So let's start it off with they came in, they announced the PlayStation Direct out of nowhere last week, and we all got excited knowing that it was coming, and it was pretty. All right, so before we get into it, let's give this one a rating too. So I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5 for me, just because there was a couple of things in here that I got really excited about. I thought it was slightly better than the Nintendo Direct, but that's just my opinion. What do you give it, Z?
I'd also give it a 4. There were some things I wasn't really expecting.
Ooh. Yeah, no, it was I will say I was disappointed that there was still no mention of the PS5 Slim. I was almost certain with the leaks that came out of the factory leak and all that that now might be fake from what we know. Um, who knows? I was kind of disappointed that that didn't show up. So a lot of people were, but I digress. So let's get into it. Let's see. We'll go this. We'll start this first. All right. So they announced the Earth collection of new plates and new controllers for the PlayStation 5, and my gosh, did they look great! I've seen a lot of people dunking on it, and and hold on 1 second. Shut the door, guys. Shut the door. Okay, shut the door. Sorry, guys. Take over real quick, Z.
Yeah, so with the new faceplates, I was really shocked by seeing them. I was like, they actually look really good. And the what's it? I believe it was the platinum one.
Nothing. I put
Sorry,
it in.
my ADHD's
I put it
acting up
inside.
really
Shut
bad right
the
now.
door. Shut the door.
With the lava, I'm guessing the cobalt one is supposed to represent water or ice, and then platinum, I believe, is supposed to represent earth. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, so I'm guessing the current base version would be their air version.
Yeah, I liked how I like how the red one's not pinkish like the one that they already have out. That's the only thing that really didn't make me buy the plates that are out that right now because it was kind of it was a little bit more pink. I'm not a pink person. Um, um, what else? I'm not a fan of purple, so I never got the purple one. And I let's see. What were the other one? Oh, the blue one. I just didn't like the blue one either. It wasn't like, I don't know, it was too baby bluish, you know? Um, Also, yeah. But, it sucks because there's better plates. You can get better custom made plates from D brand, and you can get better custom plates on eBay. So I'm really not liking what PlayStation's pumping out. I do like the Spider-Man one because that's the only one that was really like unique and different. But with these ones, I actually do like them. Like I said, the red is actually red. It pops out. It looks like it's kind of chromish. It's got a shine to it. The blue is like my favorite kind of blue. I call it Ford blue. Um, yeah, and then the chrome or the platinum that just looks amazing. The controller,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm all about these plates.
you know what you could do if you get the platinum one?
Mm.
You can get the gold one, put gold on one
I was
side,
thinking that too. Yeah.
platinum on the other, and then it would kind of be like you have gold, like as a Dragon Ball Xeno would say, one side is golden Frieza, other side is Frieza Black.
Oh, I was thinking about Iron Man.
Oh yeah, the original Iron Man
Yeah,
color,
Iron Man.
the Mark II suit.
Hmm. But yeah, so they announced those plates. They're the Earth Collection, red, blue, platinum, and they look amazing. I recommend you guys looking them up. Moving on, they announced from Square Enix, Foam Stars is getting an open beta, and meh. I might check it out just to see. I'm not really a fan of Splatoon, so I don't think I'm gonna like this either. Um, I'm just not into the little goofy paint foam shooter stuff. I'm not. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey and I kiss it on the lips. Shout out to Gary Busey. Um, did Foam Stars interest you? See, good Gary Busey.
Not really.
If you guys haven't seen that Gary Busey interview on TikTok, I recommend going and watching it because it is hilarious. Then they announced Hokai Star Rail. It's basically like a other version. It's made, I think it's made by the same people that made what's that other one? Genshin Impact. Is it the same
Yeah.
developer? Yeah. So basically another Genshin Impact style game. Actually looks kind of cool. I'm not sure. Uh, and then the one that they opened up with, and I was laughing through the entire thing, was Baby Steps. I don't know what it is about this game, but it looks hilarious. You're just some blubbering idiot learning how to walk or walking or doing silly things. The dialogue back and forth between him and the little main or the other character that was in the game was awesome, and I thought that was pretty neat. Z, are you hearing me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm seeing some bounce around on the OB. Anyways, moving on. Baby Steps looked great. What did you think about that? Because I was laughing the whole time when I saw it.
I was laughing too. I was just wondering, like, why would they open up with this? And like, I guess they officially lost their minds. That's what it was running through my head.
That's what
You
I
know,
thought too, and I was like, "What is this garbage?" Because I hadn't heard about it before, and then I started watching the trailer. And I was like, "Okay, I get it. This is awesome."
yeah. I saw the trailer and the fact that, like, what surprised me was, you know, them letting curse words come through.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Like, just hearing the F bomb get dropped so many times throughout that trailer, I was like, wow.
Yeah, when they were talking about the grapple icon, so fucking grapple
Yeah.
icon. I'm gonna grapple that fucker. Um, so that was pretty awesome. I'm excited for Baby Steps. I want to see. I have a feeling that's gonna be a Game Pass. Sorry, I have a feeling it's gonna be a PS Plus game for some reason. I don't know if they announced it or not, but it just looks like a PlayStation Plus game to me. Then from Ubisoft, we got, and I'll say this right now, I didn't really care for this game. I thought it was going to be garbage, and then I seen this trailer and I completely turned around on it. They announced Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frontiers of Pandora. I I had no hope for this game. And then I saw this trailer and I'm like, okay, I'm down for this. It's basically Far Cry meets Avatar. I'm not a big fan of Avatar. I do not like the movie. I don't like anything about Avatar, and I thought, man, this is awesome. I want to try this. So, Avatar meets Far Cry. I can dig that, and Far Cry 5 is my favorite in the series. Um, let's see. Did you like Avatar? Interested in that at all?
Nah, not really. I wasn't a big fan of those Avatar movies either, so this one didn't really interest me.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't get the hype around them. I mean, they are beautiful. I'll give them that. I just can't get down with the story. I just don't feel like it's compelling enough for me to want to watch.
yeah, and I believe the next thing they talked about on the state of play were the VR
Yeah,
games coming.
we'll get to that right now. Quick break before we get back or before we get into the next stuff. I want to shout out real quick. Starting, I think we'll do. If we don't get to it this week, we'll get to it early next week. But we're gonna do another show. This one's already in the works. We've already gotten the first portion of it done. And I officially named it. Z, if you don't like the name, we can change it. But we're calling this one. This is going to be our entertainment podcast, where we talk about shows and TVs that we're watching at the time. It could be a little bit of anything. I decided that instead of doing the wrestling podcast, we can kind of just throw that in there too. So Z, if you want to throw some wrestling lore and storylines at us, let's just bundle that stuff all together, considering it's all entertainment, and that's how we'll do it. We'll just have one show of everything that we're watching and doing, and be on the lookout for that, fans. Um, so I officially named it. It is called Fatman and Chill. So that's going to be the name of the entertainment podcast. It's the run on the Netflix and chill. We're calling this Fatman and Chill because we're chilling while we watch it, and we're cool like that. So announcements for that. Be on the lookout for that. First episode's coming soon, where we're going to be discussing episode 1 of One Piece, which I'll give you a sneak peek. I'm digging. Um, Makes me kind of want to go watch the anime, but I don't want to watch 14 episodes or 1400 episodes. So this is hitting the spot for me. All right, so back to the direct, like Z said, uh, we got the. Let's see. Let's skip to
I believe
them.
the VR ones.
Yeah, let me skip ahead to them because I have them labeled wrong. Okay, so the we got some PlayStation VR stuff. The PlayStation VR 2 is getting a couple of new games that they announced. They announced a Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord, and I tell you, if you're a fan of the Ghostbusters, this looks pretty awesome. I'm all about this. I finally have a reason to open up the PSVR 2. It's still sitting sealed in the box. Um, I have yet to play it, but now I have reasons to. So yeah, they announced the Ghostbusters. What do you think about that, Z?
I thought, honestly, I was like, I didn't realize there was even a Ghostbusters game in the works.
I didn't even know
And
about it either.
I never got a chance to see the movie originally. I still haven't really seen it. I don't really go back and watch old movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I did see the reboot they tried. Did not like that. Like most
Which
people.
one?
The female.
The female, yeah.
I,
And look,
I,
no, nothing against the female cast. They were great. It's just that movie sucked. It didn't have anything to do with them. We're not throwing shade at them.
horrible direction.
The movie was just awful. The CG was awful. Everything looked neon lightish. That was awful. The cameos from the original Ghostbusters in it was awful. It was just a really, really shitty movie. And unfortunately, the girls got thrown under the bus for it. But it should have never been made. It wasn't a very good movie.
And it could have gone somewhere if it had better direction.
Yeah, it was just all over the place. It just wasn't a good movie. But yeah, no. So this looked good. I definitely recommend going back and watching the original Ghostbusters. They're really good movies. And I've yet to see the reboot, the new one, Afterlife, and I know that the Afterlife sequel's coming soon, and I've yet to see the first one, so I got to do that. Then they announced Resident Evil 4 coming winter 2023. So literally between November and January, that bad boy could be coming. Or actually, probably, I don't know, 2020. Yeah, no, November and December, because that's winter 2023. So, looks awesome. I don't know if I can play it. I'll tell you right now, I played Resident Evil 8 completely in PlayStation VR 1, and the amount of times I had to stop and take a break because of the literal scares I was having. That is a hard game to play, and shout out to anybody that can play VR fully because it's tense. It is really tense. The VR with the new controllers looks awesome though. The movement, I was just like, man, I might actually try this out.
Yeah, and I mentioned these to my friend who plays VR, has a Oculus Quest 2, and he even said and he's a full PC guy. He's PC Master Race all the way.
He's one of those guys, huh?
Yeah.
PC jabroni.
Yeah. So, but it even made him say, like, damn, I might have to go get a PlayStation VR and a PS5 just to play Resident Evil.
And shout out to PSVR 2, man. You guys gotta quit hating on it. There is games on it. You just gotta give them a shot. There is the one game that is the horror game is really good. I mean, I haven't tried it out personally. I've just seen gameplay, and I like what I saw. I can't wait to crack my VR open this weekend because I already have that first shooter that I'm gonna get. And because the original one was really good. God, I always forget the name. Firewall, or is it Firewall? Yeah, Firewall. The first one for PS4 was incredible. I made at least 6 friends from that game. Shout out to the Wolf Crew. Playing that game with them, and the amount of fun we had is just awesome. I do feel like I'm gonna miss the aim controller because PSVR 2 does not have an aim controller unless I can buy one third party. But yeah, stop dunking on the PSVR 2. It's good. You guys suck. Let's see. So they announced that, and it was only the two VR games, huh? Ghostbusters and Resident Evil, or was there another one?
I think that was it. I think those were the only two they announced.
Those were the only ones that mattered, anyways. If they did announce them, I apologize if we didn't get to them. Then they announced the game that I'm super into. I actually can't wait to play this. I want to hurry up and see if there's any way we can get Z a PS5 so we can play this together. Um, Helldivers 2. Helldivers is making me excited. It reminds me of Starship Troopers. And those who know me know that I'm an absolute freaking fan of Starship Troopers. It was one of my favorite movies growing up for multiple reasons. One, I was young when I went to go see it in the movie theater. It was also the first time I had seen boobies. And that, if y'all of you know, that movie's full of boobies in one specific section. But it was really the giant bugs in there that got me. The guns that they were using. The story was, the story now you go back and it's really goofy and tacky and whatever, but it's fun. They do have the Starship Troopers game on Steam. I've dabbled with it on the PC. Freaking awesome. It's kind of like World War Z-ish. Probably a little bit better, but it's really fun. I enjoy it. And then yeah, so Helldivers 2. Z, are you into Helldivers? Did you like what you saw, and is it something you'd want to play? Sorry, guys.
Well, when I saw it at first, I didn't really know what it was. I'd never heard of the game before. And so my first thought was I saw space stuff. I was like, oh, it's a Star Wars game. I thought it was a clone trooper
Yeah.
type game. Because, like, the customization that they give you for your little soldiers, it resembles the clone troopers armor very similar. Like, it's very close in detail.
Right.
But yeah, it does seem like an interesting game.
Yeah, so Helldivers 1 was actually different. If I remember correctly, Helldivers 1 was a top-down shooter. So you were looking down at your character, and it was kind of like what was that Halo game that they had where you were top down looking at the Spartan? It was just like that. What was it called?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't a Halo player, so.
Okay. Well, if you played any twin stick shooter, that was Helldivers 1. Now the catch to this game is it's friendly fire at all times, so you can technically kill your teammates by shooting them, and they've kept that alive in this one, so that's going to be interesting. You can call in a drop ship and land it on your team on accident, or you can call in a strike and accidentally take out your team. So it's going to make teamwork very interesting. So yeah, I'm looking out for that. I recommend everybody give it a shot because
Yeah, and one thing I do like about it too. One thing I did like about the trailer was how you redeploy.
Yeah.
How you respawn. You have a teammate. I don't know if it's their specific job, but you throw down reinforce, and I thought, okay, it's gonna reinforce the ground. It's gonna do because when I think reinforce, I think like Rainbow Six Siege, putting up the barriers. That's what I think when I hear reinforce. So I didn't realize that meant they're redeploying your friendly to the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a cool feature on how to make respawns. I'm thinking future games, especially games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, these Battle Royale games too. That would be an interesting mechanic to redeploy your friends.
Yeah.
I could see a game like Apex or Call of Duty doing it, Fortnite not so much. But, games like Apex and Call of Duty, that would make a fun respawn mechanic.
Right. Yeah, so Helldivers 2, we're giving it a thumbs up, so be on the lookout for that. Did they give it a release date? Let me see. Release date. Yeah, February 8th, 2024, so be on the lookout for that, guys. That game's going to have some trouble, though, because another big hitter is coming out pretty quick to that. Alright, so after that, they announced Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn. If you guys don't know what Tales of Arise is, I believe it's a JRPG. I've never really dabbled into the series myself. I hear good things, just not for me. And that comes out November 9th. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see if we got it all. Oh, then they announced, or they showed another trailer for Spider-Man. Showed off some Venom. Showed off a bunch
Some
of
suits.
some extras. Oh, over 64 suits. Holy cannoli! There were so many suits. They said.
Uh, no, the one thing that got me nervous was the fact that yeah, it's only 64, but you know, they said it was only like they taken it from comics and movies. You know, they didn't mention the TV shows, and
Yeah.
one fan I was hoping for would be some of the even the more animated cartoon ones. You know,
Spider-Man '94.
yeah, like Spider-Man 94 for me, growing up, spectacular Spider-Man. I'd love to see that version
Yeah.
of this in there. You
Yep.
know,
Um. Yeah. No, I don't know. Well, they didn't really say what suits were in there, but we'll know when the game comes out. Um. So Spider-Man, it's almost here. Spider-Man is so close. Um. So be on the lookout for Spider-Man, guys. Then they came out swinging the whole.
uh, hold up, robot voice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's still doing it.
Alright, hold on. Let me. Hang on, guys. Technical difficulties. Alright, still on?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay, hold on. Let me reset this. Alright, good?
Yep,
Okay, alright. I know how to fix it now. Are you sure it's good?
yep, no more robot.
Okay. Alright, so then they brought out the heavy hitter, the whole thing of the PlayStation State of Play that made the everybody jump up for joy. They announced the release date for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with quite possibly the greatest trailer they needed to. At this point, I don't need to see anymore. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. They showed uh, they showed double team moves. Um, they showed characters that I didn't think were going to be in here as far as that. They showed, if everybody knows Final Fantasy VII, you know who Kate Sith is. His name's not Cat She, so whoever says his name is Cat She, you're wrong. His name is Kate Sith. They showed him in battle mode gameplay, and he looks freaking fantastic. And I want to hug Moogle so bad. I just want to give that big white lovable bear a hug. Um, Kate Sith has his Scottish accent, so that was pretty cool. They showed Junon, they showed the cannon, they showed Rufus more, they showed Cosmo Canyon, they showed all kinds of stuff. Sephiroth. They showed Zack. Zack is somehow, I don't understand what's going on in the story, but I'm excited. Zack is doing stuff at the same time our heroes are doing stuff. And then the whole banger of the trailer for me, they showed Vincent Valen freaking Tyne. Let's go, baby, because Vincent is here. And my God, they only showed the back of him, but did he look gorgeous? Absolutely handsome of a man. Um, so yeah, so they ended it with the release date for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and the story looks freaking nuts. And that is announced for February 29th, 2024. They're also releasing a double pack, a Final Fantasy Remake Part 1 with Part 2, and I need to find out if they're doing any special editions because I'm about to spend some money. So yeah, so that was the PlayStation State of Play. Um, got me freaking excited, got the jollies shaken. Um, so what did you think about the direct, Z?
Yeah, it was really good. Some surprises had me. They had some surprises up their sleeve, you know. PlayStation is looking like they're trying to regain the public's uh favor with this with their state of play
Yeah,
after their big debacle.
I think PlayStation really needed a win, and I think this direct was like the beginning of it. They still need to do a couple of things at this point. They obviously show no cares or no f's about the pricing hike for PlayStation Plus. They didn't even talk about it, which makes me believe that that's just it. It's set in stone. So PlayStation gamers, it is what it is. We're just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it. I still say do not sign up for premium. It's not worth it. Any tier below is worth it, but I wouldn't. Um, I wouldn't sign up for premium just yet until they start putting extra stuff in there. I had somebody reach out and get mad at me because I dunked on PlayStation Plus, and we went back and forth for a little bit. It was kind of heated, kind of friendly, but I did screw up. So shout out. I'm not gonna call you out, but shout out to you. You did definitely real. I did make it so that I was wrong, and I accept that. It's $166 a year for PlayStation Plus Premium. That actually isn't bad now that I think about it. If you compare $16.99 times 12 comes out to $200 plus for Xbox Game Pass. Now I still say that 166 is still too much for what they're offering you, considering with Game Pass you're getting a whole array of everything. You get PC Game Pass, you get Game Pass Ultimate, you can play online, you're getting fed these new games, which Xbox just announced a whole buttload of games. Well, I think they leaked out, but there's a whole buttload of games that are coming to Game Pass like really soon. I mean, there's over I don't know how many games on Game Pass now that you get that you're not getting on PS Plus. So I still think Game Pass is the best gaming deal out there. PlayStation needs to throw in. They need more PS2 games. They need to get PS3 games in premium. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that they need to put into Plus in order for me to justify spending $166 a year, compared to me happily spending the $202 a year for Game Pass. So that's that. Um, what do you think, Z?
Well, I think that with the price hike, you know, I just really don't like it. I only bought the $60 version originally, for the year,
Yeah.
and that to me even was like I could justify that being a yearly price. It's a one-time payment,
Yeah.
but there was
Yeah.
no way I could convince my mom to ever. I would be able to convince my mom to help pay a yearly fee like that. She'd smack me in the back of the head and say, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, I don't think at this point in time it's not worth it. Like I said, any of the lower tiers below premium seem to be a better fit. You're still getting a lot of the other stuff. If you just want to play online, I still think $80 is way too much. But for the other two, you're still getting like an array of things. I just don't feel like you're getting premium value for premium. Um, so there's that. So yeah, we're running at 48 minutes, so we're right in that sweet spot. So you guys know that we like to end the show with, sorry guys, I'm getting up close, with what we're playing lately. So Z, I'll let you start off like always. What are you playing?
Well, I'm not playing anything, but I do have something else to mention. Let's go through you first.
Go for it. Oh, okay. So I am playing currently, still playing Ever Crisis on my phone, grinding away. I have found out that the multiplayer on it is freaking awesome. I've made a whole bunch of friends on there already, and we're just grinding away in the multiplayer mode, tag team and monsters, and yeah. So I've been playing that. I'm getting ready to start Starfield finally this weekend. I got some work stuff out of the way, so I'll be streaming that, guys. So be looking out for that. We're going to be live streaming Starfield. Z, I figured out how to do it on Obi. So if you want to come through and hang out with me while we stream Starfield, you're more than welcome. Sunday night, I'm going to be playing finally a tearjerker game. I want to get this game out there more because I want a sequel to it. Sunday, I will be streaming Detroit Become Human. So I hope y'all will join me for that and bring your tissues because depending on which road we take, we're gonna need it. You might actually see me cry on stream, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, other than Ever Crisis, and then preparing to play these two long old games, that's pretty much it for me. Other than just being busy with work, non-stop work. So, anyways, that was me. So, what do you got going, Z?
So, last night, right before I went to bed, I fell down a rabbit hole of sorts on
Ooh,
TikTok.
I love these.
And one of the videos I happened to see down that rabbit hole was how Sonic and Dragon Ball Z have a lot more in common than I realized.
You mean Golden Supersonic didn't float it?
Well, yeah, you got Supersonic being Super Saiyan, so this person goes, it's
the 7 Chaos Emeralds,
Sonic,
the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, and they said, like, Sonic is Goku, Tails is Krillin,
Shadow's Vegeta,
or Bulma, and then Shadow's Vegeta, and then
Biggs the cat is Yamcha because he sucks.
Yeah, and the part that made me laugh was the fact that they're like, yeah, and then the guy that makes Sonic literally said, that Silver is Trunks.
Oh yeah, that's crazy because you can make a clear case for Knuckles being Piccolo.
I believe that's what they said is Knuckles is Piccolo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can clearly tell that the creator of Sonic got inspiration from Toriyama.
They confirmed it.
It's blatantly obvious. I mean, it was Golden Sonic, Super Sonic that gave it away, honestly, and then the 7 Emeralds and the 7 Dragon Balls. So yeah, I 100% believe that. Oh, speaking of which, guys, there is a rumor going down. If you don't follow him on Twitter, I recommend following him if you're on Twitter. I don't know if he's on anything else, but I recommend following Geekdom 101. He is the Dragon Ball god, the Dragon Ball guru. If there's a rumor out there or anything, this guy knows about it. That's Geekdom 101. I do believe his other handles are Twitch. He's like Emperor Big D. Everyone always makes fun of him because Big D, but I think it's because his name is Danny. So Big Danny. I've interacted with him on Twitter before, nothing major, just kind of like I've shared some stuff when he was going through some trouble to help him out, and he's responded to a couple of my tweets, and the dude's really awesome. But he has heard a rumor, and he's got people on the inside. Budokai Tenkaichi 4 may be coming a lot sooner than we thought, as in early next year sooner or early this year sooner. And if that's the case, oh boy, sign me up because I can't wait to get me some Tenkaichi action going.
Yeah. And his sources are really credible. I mean, like,
yeah,
they're having a panel. Yeah, Dragon Ball's supposed to be having a panel on an upcoming convention.
Yeah, there's rumors that the anime is finally returning.
It's a special surprise.
Yeah, there's rumor that there's an anime coming, and then there's rumor that there's a new movie in the works.
But now I'm starting to think that they're gonna announce a Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yeah, I'm ready for the anime to come back. So that'd be pretty cool. Let's see.
As long as they don't do the superhero arc.
Oh yeah, please don't. I don't want to see that arc.
Like the manga's already doing it.
Yeah, I would skip
that's
that.
something I was surprised that the manga is doing.
Yeah, I've been reading that, and it's really not good.
Which kind of gets me scared, because then, if it's in the manga, more than likely the show's gonna adapt it.
I don't think they will, just because the movie covered it, so I think that the show would skip it because of the movie.
I'm hoping it does.
Yeah, me too. But then again, they did do the freaking Battle of God and the Resurrection sagas on the show, so you never know. So yeah, Dragon Ball, cool stuff. Let's see, what else? I think that's pretty much it for me. You got anything else?
Nope, that was it.
All right, cool guys. This was a good podcast. I'm excited about this one. Everything worked out cool, good. I don't think the robot voice showed up all but once. I think we fixed it. Um, if it does show up, I'm gonna go do and do some editing. If it does show up, then I think it has something to do with Obi, and I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, that's it, guys. So thanks for watching and listening. Hey, and do me a favor, guys. If you make it this far, go and check us out on Spotify. Just leave a quick review. Give us a 5-star rating on there. Um, I would appreciate it. You don't have to, but it helps out our Spotify ratings. Right now, we're sitting at a pretty 5.0, so that's awesome. We'd like to keep it there. Even if you just listen to it in the background and ignore it, that's cool too, because at least you're listening. And then leave the likes, leave the subscribe, share the content, tell your friends, tell your grandparents, tell their grandparents if they're still alive. That was a joke, obviously. So yeah, guys, you know where to find us. We're on the YouTube. We are on the Spotify. I still need to get that TikTok up so that we can do little funny bits and clip stuff out to get us out there more. We are still on the quest for 500 subs for the console. I don't think I've made the actual announcement yet. I had it recorded and then something happened and I messed it up. I need to do that tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be making the announcement lowering the console giveaway down to 500. Yeah. So, alright guys, well, you know what we do from here. Peace out, guys. Have a good weekend. Have some fun, play some games, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Z, peace us out.
See you guys later.